Was it 287 first week?
That's what the death of Slim Shady did. 287. Right.
Big Slim.
Just where?
Big Papa.
I don't like y'all telling me I don't.
You're not buying these numbers, is what you're saying.
I just 287, and I don't. And again, maybe y'all like y'all said, it's not my algorithms. I don't hear and moving around outside. I don't hear the music, and I know Eminem's music is not playing. Eminem's music is playing in stadiums and arenas and things like that.
Me and Peach crib.
You and Peach's house. I know that, but I'm just saying it. When you say 287 now, I should feel some of that music is all I'm saying.
One more. Nah. What do you hear?
No?
What do you hear?
There's songs with 1 billion streams that you've never heard. Like, it's just outside of your bubble.
No.
Have you ever heard Think About You, Think About Me, It's That Me Espresso? Have you heard it?
Oh, that's that.
I feel like I heard that in Zara.
The new white bitch, Sabrina Carpenter.
That was just so unnecessary.
What? They're propping her up to be like this thing. She's so mid. She's just, there's nothing special about that girl.
My point in singing that.
I think I heard that in Zara.
It's been on the top of the charts for forever. Have you heard Shabuzi's Tipsy?
That song's hard.
Okay.
I heard that.
Well, Houdini is number 7 on Billboard right now. I'm trying to think of what else. My point is, half the songs on Billboard you've never heard because you're not the demographic.
No, I've heard the music. I'm just saying, like, for an MC and artist like Eminem, he just dropped an album, and then you say, yo, it debuted at number 1, which we probably guessed it would. Then say, yo, it did 287,000 first week. I'm just saying, I don't even feel like I haven't heard any of the music anywhere. I haven't seen nobody posting videos to it on social media. Like, I just haven't felt the Eminem album yet.
Yeah, what would an Eminem TikTok trend be?
I was going to say, anybody going to do a walk-away video to fucking...
Yeah. Kill your mom?
Yeah.
But I mean...
No, but you know how some of the girls do the makeup tutorials, and Eminem has those animated bars where if you're doing like a makeup tutorial type of thing or the makeup videos, you would think that I would hear that music somewhere.
Okay, well, first, the type of music that Eminem makes and is risky and the type of shit that he says, especially on this album, no brand creator is ever going to do anything to Eminem, especially big brand creators, to Eminem music.
Yes,
you're asking to be canceled.
No way.
He's on there saying all types of
the makeup artists
shit.
they ain't taking risks?
No.
Nah. They not risking $2-3 million a year. They're not doing that.
Also, brand's not letting them post that.
Exactly.
Eminem song at all. And they're not clearing it.
Yeah, but I'm saying I have not felt like an Eminem album dropped. Right. That's what I'm saying.
When Eminem Relapse dropped, did you feel that in the streets? And that's when it was CDs and iTunes.
Of course.
Name one song from that album.
I'm terrible with titles, you know that. Why you keep attacking my weaknesses?
Oh,
damn.
You don't remember My Mom or Insane? Or Tanya? Or Bagpipes?
Damn, what Tanya do?
Those were humming in the streets, Maul?
When Relapse dropped, you knew Relapse, the album dropped. Like, you felt that album, that Eminem had an album.
I remember when it dropped. Nobody talked about it, and it sold 600,000 in the first week.
People were talking about Relapse, bro. What are you talking about?
They definitely were not.
Yes, they were.
It didn't even have like a real single.
It don't have to have a real single. I'm saying when Eminem put that
point.
When Eminem put that album out, people knew an Eminem album had just dropped. Like, people were talking about the album.
Yeah, but that's always been the case with M. Like, even here,
I'm just saying right now, it doesn't feel like anybody's talking about this album.
So that in this write-up, this kind of goes against what you're saying. But like, this is always the case with Eminem. Commercially, the project has undoubtedly been a success, right? 287,000, whatever. Critically, like people that actually know music and talk about it for a living, cough, cough, it sucks. Pitchfork gave it a 4.8. The Needle Drop Anthony gave it a 5 out of 10. This Metacritic gave it a 48 out of 100. So that's always been the case with Eminem. He's like counterculture and me against the world, but he'll still do stupid numbers. It's just his dog shit music.
We know he's gonna do numbers because he's as big of an artist as he is. What I'm just saying is I'm just comparing the times now, how an artist like Eminem can drop an album and it doesn't feel like he dropped an album.
I mean, I don't know. Candace Owens did a whole 2-hour segment about it. Like, every media person was talking about it. I felt like people knew an Eminem album came out. I'm not saying anyone replied back and was like, yo, it sounds great. But they knew it existed and people clicked it. So, yeah, 287 makes sense to me. He's Eminem.
No, he's definitely Eminem. I'm just saying the music to me is just, I don't know, man. I can kind of see why artists are now hesitant with putting out music. I get it.
Because of M?
not because of M, but it's like when you're an artist like Eminem, right? Your legacy is already cemented. You have nothing to prove. You putting out a new project is strictly for, creative. You just want to get this energy out, put something into the world, whatever. Eminem probably doesn't even care about numbers because at this point it's an autopilot. He knows what he's going to do. I'm just talking about the way people hold on. How long do we hold on to art and music now? It's like we move past it after we listen for the first 2 hours, 3 hours. If it's not like we don't even talk about it, don't go back to it. You don't feel the music when you're moving around. If
it's good music, you do. If it's
good music, yes. Obviously, if it's like the music that is, I guess, people are gravitating towards now, the sound, the energy. If you are able to touch all of those bases and people are like, this is it, this shit is hard, then yes, naturally. But I'm just saying, when you're somebody like an Eminem at this level, should you even put out music in this type of environment?
I think he has like the least amount of stress or worry because it doesn't matter. He's going to be fine regardless. He's cemented. He's a legend. He can just put out whatever the fuck he wants.
This album.
Meanwhile, other artists that are up and coming that don't have that luxury, not to say M didn't earn that luxury, but have that luxury, every last move they make could make or break their entire fucking career.
Yeah.
That to me is more scary. Like, I'm scared to put music out because if I put out the wrong thing, this could fuck my entire career up.
Ice Spice, one bad song and y'all putting clocks on her.
Cardi B.
Cardi, terrified. She's terrified.
I think M is in a great place.
I get it.
Do whatever the fuck he wants.
I can understand why somebody like Cardi would be hesitant. Like, even though it's been 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time, especially having the success that you had on your album. That's a long time to not drop another album.
8 years, I think, actually.
I thought that was 2018.
Oh, it was. I'm sorry. I thought 2016. It was 2018.
That's a long time. Like, I'm not saying, but I can understand it because maybe when she has the album done, because this is a real thing, like you've made music. When you have the album done in your mind, the pulse and the energy that's out there now can completely change. You be like, my album is not serving that. It's not gonna contribute to that.
Rory did that like 7 times.
Yeah.
But the great artists are the ones that can dictate the change and kind of manipulate the change. And
Beyonce, for example, released a dance album and then everybody started releasing dance albums shortly after.
You see what I'm saying? You got to be able to, influence what's going on. Like, yo, listen, that's cool, but this is what we doing now. Let's do this. Let's do that. But a lot of artists don't have that ability. And then they sit in the studio, make an album, think that they got the album done. And they're like, yo, like nobody's going to even connect to that sound.
Longevity amongst fans to be able to have that type of power to change the sound where enough people would hear it. Because there's plenty of talented artists that have a completely different sound that could dictate and shift everything, but only 10,000 people heard it. So you need to be an artist like Beyonce to really do that these days. I don't know if Frank coming out with Nostalgia was the last time I can kind of remember like an unknown changing a genre a bit. That has to come after album 4 or 5, I feel like.
I would go, I might be reaching. I think what Cash Cobain is doing with Sexy Drill is changing the sound of the drill scene right now. The Sexy Drill, which is more about women and sex and I look good and kind of that kind of thing, is like change it. It's not so much shoot 'em up anymore. Like when you go out I can only speak for New York and the type of places that play those types of music, I'm not hearing the hard drill anymore. I'm hearing the sexy drill. And a bunch of New York artists are now copying that. Just talking about recent.
Yeah, no, I meant to a smaller degree. I definitely
to a smaller degree, yes.
But I'm saying more like, 808s would be like the biggest example of this, but even like the Love Below. Things shifted, but had Andre done that on Southern Playlistic Cadillac Funky Music, it wouldn't have shifted because he didn't have the reach that he had at the time. And I think that's especially harder now for someone to come in. I think Tizo came in and did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've heard like any real shift amongst everyone because of it. I just don't know if that happens anymore.
I think we are gonna start to see a change in the type of artists that are pushed though. I think we get into that point.
Like when Future came out, things changed.
For sure. For sure.
I don't know if that artist exists the way it used to.
I feel like it just exists for the person. Like the person is just known for that sound. So we always talk about like Anderson .Paak. Every time when it's one of his records, whether it's his song or he's featured on it, there's just a sound that comes with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that changed the scope of the way drums are laid or the way songs sound in general. Like Tommy Richmond is another example of that. Like
I feel like Anderson added a bop to certain hip hop. Now, I mean, like when him and Mac, what was the name of Bang? Like when that came out, when Mac was one of the first rappers to take that Pac sound and put it on hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a lot of artists start doing that type of shit. What we used to call barefoot music.
Mm-hmm.
Like that definitely, I feel like Anderson .Paak did change hip hop a lot. Everyone kind of has that certain bop record. I hear Meg do it a lot now too. Like even more of the ratchet side takes Pac sound. Lotto records I've heard sound that way. He added that. And then Doja Cat, took it to the next level.